What do you get when you combine Soul Train with a brain? Soulbrain! Ha ha ha! Fail. Tokkyuu Shirei's Soulbrain is a Famicom game that I discovered many moons ago and had thenceforth proclaimed it one of my favorite NES titles, right up there with Mega Man. It's a game that's based on an early 90s Japanese TV show of the same name. It was part of the Metal Hero series. I won't even pretend to act like I know anything about these shows other than they appear to be similar in concept to Power Rangers. A rebranded American version of the game was later produced called Shatterhand, which is extremely similar but inferior in the differences that were present. We'll talk more about that later. Alright, let's play some Soulbrain. So first, the police chief gives us our instructions. They're trying to remarket this game to Americans as a stupid macho beat-em-up. We must stop them. But sir, Americans would never appreciate a game of this quality and finesse. Just stop them. You have your orders. Ah, what's happening to me? Ah, I'm turning blue. And with that, we're thrown right into the heat of action. Now, after all that transforming, you're now equipped with the greatest weapon available to mankind, his fists. But these are no ordinary fists, these are Soulbrain fists. They can punch through steel and deflect bullets. Still, because of this limited range, you'll have to get right up close to your enemy in order to kill them. No standing from a distance like a coward with your handgun or sniper rifle. No sir, not for Soulbrain. Throughout the game, you'll come across these mystery boxes, which can contain alpha-beta symbols. After you pick up 3 of these symbols, a robotic companion will join you. Its weapon is determined based on the order and combination of symbols you've acquired. In this case, it's got a katana, excellent for those hard-to-reach places. The companion can also lift you up in the air for reaching inaccessible items and platforms, and can also be thrown as a boomerang-like projectile to hurt enemies. Once you defeat the first level's boss, you'll get a Mega Man-style interface where you get to choose the order in which you play through the game. Some levels are certainly more difficult than others, but it really doesn't matter which order you play. In the end, you're still going to have to beat all of them. Each level contains unique music tracks and environments and a new variety of enemies. Unfortunately, you don't get to keep your companion from the previous level, so you'll have to reacquire him. The power pellets you get from some enemies can be used on various docking stations for health rejuvenation and extra lives, so definitely pick them up. You can also get them in some of the mystery boxes. Just beware, bombs can also be found in these mystery boxes, so always be cautious of that. Come on, I just need one more symbol to get my companion. Oh yeah, fire rope. Yeah, some of these weapons are pretty sweet. Here's one of those aforementioned docking stations. Just kneel down, and as long as you have the required amount, you'll get the health rejuvenation. Flame on. Aw, that guy's out of reach. Do it the old-fashioned way. I should also mention that when you find these alpha-beta symbols, you can also just continually punch them and they'll eventually turn into power. This is sometimes useful if you have no need for an additional symbol. Now the end bosses can be quite a pain. This guy's not too difficult, especially with the assistance of my companion. But keep in mind that your companion has his own independent life bar, so he can actually die on his own, and then you're on your own. I mentioned Shatterhand has a few differences, and aside from the sprite changes, this carnival stage is missing altogether, which is a shame, because it's really cool. Got some cool music, too. The greatest power-up in the game, and also the most difficult to obtain, is acquired by getting 2 sets of the same alpha-beta symbols in order without losing a life or your companion's life. If done, you'll turn into Super Soulbrain, and obtain momentary invincibility along with a blaster weapon. I always try to time these right before a big boss fight, so I'll be well equipped. And what boss battle awaits us in the carnival stage? Well, none other than the circus twins, of course. Ladies, come on, can't we work this thing out another way? You'll have to beat both of them separately, which shouldn't be a problem if you have the blaster. Area F is really difficult, and mostly because you can't touch anything, because everything's on fire. But what really makes it insanely hard is the elevator portion. Again, you can barely touch anything in this level, and the few mystery boxes there are usually have bombs in them. Evil programmers. The water areas of level D will also throw you off a bit. You'll be jumping a lot further than you meant to, and hitting things you didn't intend to. I probably lost the most men in level E just because of the sheer chaos of the level. It doesn't help that there's all this sewage that slows you down. Oh great, I'm dead. Dude, you can stop firing. I'm dead! Oh good lord. The coolest thing about this level is the reverse gravity chambers, where you can walk and jump upside down. Get a different perspective. This will also be used during the end boss battle, except this time, the boss controls when it happens. They're also going to shoot out these pellets or whatever. But yeah, at their own will, they're going to just make you go to the ceiling or make you go to the floor, and occasionally, you'll be given the opportunity to choose which direction you want to go. After defeating all of the levels, you'll have one final stage to complete, and it is the longest, most difficult, most arduous stage there is, and in traditional Mega Man style, you'll also have to re-defeat all the bosses again. You ready for this one? Let's play it. This is when you discover that all the levels before that were just child's play, and this is where the game really starts. I mean, you have to be so precise, you jump too high, you hit something. You don't move fast enough, you get shot at. And within a few seconds, you'll be dead, unless you really think things through. This is when having a companion is no longer a nice to have, it's a necessity. They'll be getting you out of some tight situations. Man, I am in desperate need of some help. Oh, there it is. Oh no! The worst part is if you die, you're gonna have to start back at the beginning. The beginning of the level, I mean, not the game. That would just be sadistic. But you know, it's actually kind of nice that this is a challenging level, because if it wasn't, then it wouldn't be rewarding when you beat it, right? So. Oh gosh, I hate this part. So you have to get like right in the sweet spot before you make this jump. I've missed it so many times, I've lost count. Alright, Brian, we can do this. Oh yes! Prepare yourself for more upside down sections like this. But don't worry, the music will keep you going. It's awesome. Like I mentioned, you'll be facing off against all the same bosses that you're familiar with, so you should know their weaknesses and their strategies by now. In the final stretch of the game, you'll be scaling up a really large tower. Now at the top of the tower is the game's boss. So it's like you can feel the pressure, you can see the carrot at the end of the stick, the light at the end of the tunnel. So nothing can be more discouraging than slipping on a platform and having to make your progress all over again. Alright, I'm at the top, and I can see the portal. Now before entering the portal, you're gonna want to get the power-up. You want to be invincible, otherwise it's just so insanely difficult. I don't think I've ever beat it without it. And then you want to rush as quickly as you can to that portal. And here is the final boss. And he has got a companion too. And he's like twice your size. So, yeah, this isn't going to go well. So yes, you're invincible, but, you know, only for a short while. And if he hits you, it's going to go away rather quickly. So now it's already gone. So it's just down to me and my companion. And that's probably not going to last very long either. When it's down to just you, you're really going to have to be watching his movements carefully. He'll give little indications he's about to dash or throw fireballs or stomp on you. If you don't watch him closely, it's night-night time. If you're able to maintain your invincibility long enough, then he is actually rather easy. Just stay really close to him, duck, shoot, and you'll defeat him. Wow, he hit the ground really quick. That was kind of strange. But stranger yet, once he dies, the building somehow knows, and it just starts to shake and crumble, and debris starts to fall, and all that good stuff. But after a few moments, we'll go to a cutscene, and that's it. That's the end of the game. Some random people cheer for you. Where were they the whole game? Would have been nice to have some help. But anyway, that is Soulbrain for the Nintendo Famicom. An excellent platformer, one of my favorites for the system, and I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching.